Hello and welcome back to Bits and Bobs. In today's video we're talking all things shillings. First up I'll be showing you my extensive shilling date run, and we're also going to be doing some unboxing of new shillings that I've ordered to add to the date run and shilling collection. And also I'll be talking to you about the best way to do a shilling date run. From the first year to the last year, any NIFCs in the middle and the rarities, as well as the silver, 50% silver and 95 silver variants. What is it all about and how can you start your own shilling date run? But first, let's look at mine and get some unboxing of the new ones to add to the date run. Let's go. So, here's the first tray of my shilling date run. Obviously, don't worry, there are many more shillings in this video. But firstly, let's take off the protective cover so we can film the tray better. So, as you're able to see, this first year the modern shilling was struck was in 1816, under the reign of George III. And on screen now is what one of those coins looks like. Now sadly, as with many coins on this tray, I do not yet have one for the collection. But all that means is I can just buy more coins, which is always fun to do. The earliest year of shilling I've got currently in my date run is this. This is a George IV shilling, and as you see, it's from 1826, so 10 years after the modern shilling was introduced. The coin features the Lion of England wearing a crown on the crown above the flowers of each country, and is a very nice coin, if I do say so myself. These trays hold 77 coins, so it runs from 1816 on this tray all the way up to 1899, which is actually one of the ones I have, as we see here. I also have a 1840 shilling and an 1837 shilling. Well, that one is quite worn though. Now there are a lot of dates for me to still get, as these ones are the older, sort of rarer ones, and they're all sterling silver, meaning they should cost at least sort of £4 just because of the silver alone. There's a lot of collecting to be done to finish up this tray. This tray you see now is the continuation of the shilling date run. Obviously it picks up where the other one left off, with 1900 being the first date, but I don't have many of these earlier ones. It goes all the way up to 1970. Now, of course, 1966 was the last year shillings were struck for circulation, but in 1970, a proof set was released with all the coins in, and this one used to be proof. However, shillings could be used as 5 pences all the way up into the 90s, so my guess is that this one was pulled out of the proof set and used as coinage, as it's no longer proof at all and just looks like any other circulating coin. But 1970 is the last date for the full shilling collector, and for the circulating shilling collector, 1966 is the last date. Now, as you can see here, I've got many more shillings on this tray. This tray includes the 925 coins, which lasted up until 1919 as the last year of them. Then from 1920 all the way until 1947, the coins were 50% silver, so from here and back, they're 50% silver coins. And 1947, and these last rows up until 1970 are Cupro nickel coins. So these are quite cheap ones you can get for sort of, £1. These ones then cost a little bit more, maybe like £2, £3, £4, and then the 95 ones cost even more, not just because they're older, that means they have lower mintages, and because there's more silver in them. Now, as promised, let's do an unboxing of some more silver shillings that I've got. Well, first off, we'll start off with the non-silver shilling I got. This one is a 1951 1 shilling coin. It is the last year of shilling to feature King George VI before the Queen was on the obverse of all shillings. Now, I paid £1 for this coin, which is a good price, especially as it just fills up a gap, so I don't mind paying a little extra than maybe I could have got it if it was in a bulk lot of coins. Now, if you're doing a shilling date run, making these little bits of card can be very helpful. As you can see, I can clearly see what dates I need. Anyway, this ticket for 1951 can now be got rid of, as of course, like I say, we now have the 1951 shilling. So let's pop it in the tray. And there it is. And that even completes a whole bingo line. We've got 2 full rows now. So I guess I need to get the 41 and 38 and finish 3 rows. The next coin we'll be unboxing is this. Now you can see here it says 1917, which is the date of the shilling, and on the back is the price I paid, £15. Now, you can get these for cheaper, but as you'll be about to see, this one is in lovely condition. Now, as you can see, it's got lots of original mint luster from 106 years ago, and is in very nice condition. Let me compare it to the usual quality of these coins. As you can see in my hand, here are some coins for the sort of the early 20s, the same era as this one. Now these ones, as you can see, are very worn indeed, and only worth about £2, £3, maybe £4 to the right buyer and seller. But of course, this one, being in such lovely condition, commanded that premium. It's always a good feeling to be getting rid of these, and getting these. So as you can see, I've got it out, and after 1916 and between 1918 is of course the 1917 shilling, now part of my collection. The last coin I have to unbox today is this, as you can see, 1 shilling from 1887, and it says it's in fine condition. This one was a bit of a bargain, and for only £5, I snapped it up straight away. And here is the coin. So again, this one is a 925 silver shilling, and this one actually has the special design. As many of you will know, 1887 is of course Queen Victoria's Golden Jubilee, and here is the Golden Jubilee portrait, designed by Sir Joseph Edgar Boham. Now, there are two types of 1887. I'll hold this one up here and put a picture next to it to compare of the other one. There is one 1887 shilling that has the usual design of shilling from back in that period, and on the obverse features the young head portrait as usual. The one I've got here features the Jubilee head and has a special design on the reverse. As you can see, my date run only has one space for 1887. Both designs have the exact same mintage of just over 4 million, and both of them went into circulation. So, which one to choose? Well, the choice has been made for me, because I am building up a Golden Jubilee Queen Victoria year set from 1887. So if we open it up, we can see I've already got many of the coins. There is an 1887 penny, an 1887 half crown, the double florin from that year, and a lovely crown, obviously all featuring the Jubilee head portrait on the obverse. Now, as you can see, the shilling is missing, so my plan is to put the Jubilee head shilling in the Jubilee set, and then the usual one in the date run. Here we go then, popping that in. It's a nice fit, and get the lid back on to keep that coin well preserved in this Jubilee set. And of course, there it'll go. So now we're just missing the farthing and halfpenny. They're pretty cheap. The 3p and 6p. We've got the shilling now, and then we just need the florin, and I'll have a nice, lovely Golden Jubilee Queen Victoria 1887 set. Although that does mean, again, no more spaces will be filled on this tray. Only 4 out of 77, and I think this year is my goal in 2023 to try and fill as many of these spaces on this tray as I can. Now, if you're date running shillings, here's a little bit of advice from me. Firstly, you don't have to do it all the way from back in 1816. You can choose any date to start. Maybe you want to start at 1947, the first non-silver year, and then date run the remaining 20-odd shillings up until 1970, all made of cupro nickel. Maybe if you complete that, you want to go back even further to 1920, and then date run from 1920 all the way from 1946, when they're all 50% silver. And then if you complete that, then you could go back further, maybe to 1900, because then you get a Victorian one, Edward VII, George V, and get all the monarchs, and you could fit that onto one tray. And of course, if you're very ambitious, like me, maybe a bit too ambitious, you could go for all the shillings, every modern shilling ever made. So if you do a date run, just make sure you do your research, as you don't want to have a 1822 space here, obviously because you'll never fill it, because it was never made, and then you'll never complete your collection. And so there we go, that is all things shillings, from date runs to unboxings to advice, everything to do with shillings. Now, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something too. If you have, please do like and subscribe down below, as it truly helps us here at the Bits and Bobs channel team. Thank you for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on more Bits and Bobs videos.